Hi, good evening. We would like to go ahead and open the board meeting for the Gem County Recreation District. Today is August 17th, 2022, and the time is 6 p.m. I have with me Miss Christina Allen, myself, Mia Safran. Joe Decker is present on the phone, and we have Abra and Christine. The first thing on the agenda tonight is the board hearing the budget hearing before the board. Do we have any discussion?
No members of the public?
From the public? No members from the public tonight.
Physically,
Yeah, it's just, I moved to open the budget hearing.
I physically move to open the budget hearing. The budget hearing is now open.
And I second that.
I did have a couple questions, real quick.
Well, that will be, so, if you acknowledge that there's no members of the public,
Right.
then you can officially close the budget
Can you guys hear
hearing.
me?
And then you can
Yes.
move the,
So I would say, on account of nobody being there signed up to testify, since we've opened the public hearing, I would make a motion to close the public comment
Okay, great.
portion of our budget hearing.
Okay, I'd like to go ahead and make the motion to close our budget hearing.
And I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Okay,
And
motion
then-
passes.
and then just, I guess, make a motion to move approval of the budget up to item 3. So you guys can talk about the budget right now.
So at this time, I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to move the budget approval up to item number 3 of the agenda. And we will hear any discussion at this time. Chris?
I'll second that motion.
And Amber, you got
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. I guess I could ask for any names.
Okay, so now you're discussing the budget.
Yes. Chris, do you have anything that you wanted to discuss on the budget?
I don't have anything else on it. We faced those issues previously, but I believe we had a couple of changes.
We just had a quick, since it doesn't happen every year and I just get in the percentage mode, and then if we don't look at the household fee, it has to end in an even number, and what we put in the paper ended in an odd. So I just opted, since we had it printed, to go. So in the paper it said 39 cents, so it went to 38. So we didn't ask for more money than had been posted. So that $73-ish was taken out of unencumbered to offset that.
Okay, that's where that is.
I think one of the other things, our T-ball helmets, we went ahead and bought them, or our baseball helmets, we bought them this budget year, so we took it out of unencumbered. But when we were looking at, so when we proposed the budget to put it in the paper, we didn't have all the bills in for baseball from June. And so we did have to up the expenses by $1,000 for next year based on how
This
much it
year's
cost this
existing?
year.
Okay.
And then we just took that also out of the unencumbered. And I think,
There was some insurance issues or something that was changed.
we ended up
Yeah, that,
having to add a little bit more to insurance because there's a buy down that every so often gets raised.
Okay.
And so
Had to
we
cover
adjusted
that?
for that, yep. And then that's why that unencumbered line is nice, because then we can just tweak and take it out of that.
Okay. And then
And so I think those are the only tweaks since.
and we added the
Oh.
the reserve funds.
Oh, yeah. The,
Yes.
the contributions and grants that had the, whatever,
ARPA?
the ARPA funds in
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
And we created a line in the reserve fund, so that'll be in the reserve fund.
Okay,
So
great.
So it it's separated out from this budget year.
Okay. And I just had a quick question under the same reserve funds off to the right, increased by budget amount / year, completely makes sense. And then the next line item, it says until used. Is that something I'm missing or just kind of something that goes without being said?
Which one are?
Reserve fund, and then just go right completely over.
So I just
To the
have
right.
so the reserve fund. Zero added, is it in the red, the middle? Is that what you're?
I'm looking at my own copy. I went
Am
through
I
it.
not?
No worries. It's gonna be at the very bottom of this page,
Under
Okay.
capital improvements,
under capital improvements, and then you go down to reserve fund, and then increased by budget amount year. If you follow that over to the fourth or third column.
Oh, until used.
Yeah.
That just means we hold it in there until we.
Okay, so
We
it kind of
choose
goes
it.
without being said.
Yeah.
Okay, great. I just thought maybe there was
Yeah,
something
that-
else there I needed to know. No worries.
I was like, wait.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so that, oh, real quick, on the updated server, may need to update our server. Are we having difficulties with our server right now?
We're not, we're kind of in an adjustment period of figuring out, with different computer people, they tell us different things that we need, and so trying to figure out what exactly we need as far as servers.
Depending on the individual, right? I'm with you.
Yes,
Okay.
they all have their
Their
ways
say.
of doing things.
Sure, exactly.
So we did have our server worked on this year, this budget year, right? So we may not end up needing that. We just
Okay.
kind of make notes in the middle, and then
Okay. Okay, cool.
we forget to take them out sometimes. So we may, if it comes up that we need to figure out a cloud thing, or
All right.
we'll-
And then, real quick, on the 7,000 you applied for from ICF, will
Yes.
that come out of that 38,000 bottom line for soccer,
yes,
if approved?
Mhm.
Okay, great. Okay, fantastic.
fingers crossed.
Any further discussion?
no.
I'd like to make a motion, to go ahead and approve the budget as is.
I second
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
that. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, budget passes. Fantastic.
All right. Hey, thanks, guys. I got to jump off now and get back to my county budget meeting. So,
Good luck.
Thanks for letting me call in and be part of it. Enjoy the rest of the meeting.
Thanks.
Thanks, Joe.
Good night.
Yep. See you guys.
All right, now we should just be able to go in order.
Yay. All good. Okay. Let's see, treasurer's state pool. All right, so we're gonna move on to the state pool reserve account.
We got minutes.
Oh. Minutes from July 20th and August 8th.
Sorry, I went
Oh, you're
down
fine.
farther, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so we'd like to go ahead and review the minutes and approve them. We have special minutes, and then we also have the minutes from our regular board meeting from July 20th.
And I previously read them
Okay.
and approved them. Did
Okay.
you have any questions or changes?
No, I do not. I move to go ahead and approve the meetings for the board minutes for July 20th and August 8th.
And I second that.
Fantastic. Okay, so moved.
Well, second, yep, or yeah, passed, or
Yeah,
however you.
so, they're approved as written. All right, moving on. Now we'll go ahead and go to the treasurer's state pool report, which is found on the back of the agenda. The investment pool reserve account, starting amount is 425 to 8020, ending balance 453 to 2376. And do I need to verbalize the checking and also the donation account?
I would,
Okay.
the donation definitely.
The pool donation account starting July 1st, 2022. Starting amount is 42 $18.52, and the ending balance is $42,018.69. Our checking began at $290, $362.46, and our ending balance is $379, $518.12.
That's good.
Yes.
All above board.
Yes, all good, all above board, numbers are great.
It was a tax check.
Yes, it was a nice check. Okay, moving on to the approval to pay bills for July in the amount of $25,864.70. I would like to go ahead and make the motion to pay those bills as stated.
And I second that.
Okay, so moved. Monthly bills for July have been approved to be paid out. All right. We do not have any public input this evening. And we'll go ahead and move on to the director's report. Abra?
Do you guys have any?
I'm looking at the
Questions?
first item where you said the new recreation facility, and you talked about opportunity to see the Presbyterian Church. Did they indicate any time frame or?
They've turned it over to a realtor, and so if I don't hear from the realtor, because they're opening it and giving all three the opportunity to go look at it, so if I don't hear from them by the end of the week, I call the owner and say, hey, they haven't.
Okay, so within a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
you should.
Do we know who the realtor is?
I do not.
Let's do it.
I mean, I probably do know who they are if it's an Emmett one, but I don't know specifically.
Okay. It'd be nice if we knew and we could just reach out to them.
Right?
Yes. Okay. And then I see high temps. Says here that we had three afternoons around 3:30 when it was above 85 degrees in the office. What are you guys doing to manage that?
We basically at this point we just deal with it as long as we can.
Can you choose those times to do out of office?
Out of office
Things,
things.
Scotty doing his,
Yeah.
whatever, just.
And so
That's what I was
since
wondering.
then we've been able to be in here. It hasn't been. I think it was the time period, you know, when it was over 100 for
Got up to
days and days and
106.
days. It didn't ever
Hopefully we're over
cool
that.
off. Hopefully
Yeah.
we're
Hopefully.
Okay.
over that.
Okay.
But if there were people in here playing, we did not close until they left. So if they were here till 5, then we stayed open. We didn't close.
So
and
how does
kick
the
people out.
public feel about that? I mean, is
Have
this
you
better than
heard-
what they're coming from, or are they having issues with the heat inside
Well,
there?
we've been having less people in the last couple weeks. Like the week that it was the hottest in here, we had people all over the place in here.
Maybe they're
So I don't know if they're getting ready for
Maybe.
school or if it's getting too hot for them.
Right.
So yeah, the last week or so has been definitely quieter than it has been.
Okay. Well,
Alright.
keep us posted and we'll check the weather, and if need be, we'll.
Yeah,
you know,
make
work
some
from home or
changes.
do whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe coming in earlier or working from home, some things like that.
So yeah, it's just kind of, we just kind of deal with it because we've had conflicting things with an air conditioner needs the windows closed, a swamp cooler needs them open, so they'll counteract each other. If we wanted to cool off up there, then we would have to close off that to not conflict with that, but then there's really no windows except for the bathroom window, then
Yeah.
that would be open. So
There
yeah,
are some
it's
solutions.
just-
We just would
it's
have
just
to
kind of,
put our minds to it and get something rolling.
Move to the basement where it's cooler.
I know, you know it's hot in here when even the basement's not as cool as normal. No.
Yes, exactly.
All right,
Okay.
But
And
yes, hopefully we're done with those days.
so really great to hear that you submitted a grant application to the ICF.
And when's their decision? When do they decide?
I want to say fall. I don't think they have a long
Fall,
turnaround.
September, fall.
It used to be
October?
like November-ish.
Yeah, usually there's a
They just
date.
say on their website now that once because they have regional councils,
Right.
So once that council decides, then they let people know.
Okay. Let's see here. So, how was your experience out promoting rental equipment?
It was good, because since COVID, I haven't really been at Midday Mingle, so it's kind of nice to get back out. And they give you a couple minutes to go around and promote
Share
whatever
whatever
you want, and
Right.
so I usually remind people about the rentals there, because that's the audience that.
Do you
It's a
take
different audience.
any flyers or any information to them? Like
Um,
here,
I
give us a
didn't
call.
do it this time, but probably next time I will, because we
Okay.
have the updated trifold flyer,
Yeah.
and they're getting a lot of new
Absolutely.
people coming
Yeah, to town.
to their meetings as well.
Yeah, is there
enjoying.
a newcomers basket? Does the chamber do something to new residents that we could include?
I don't
anything?
think they do. That's one of those things that in the community it's kind of been done off and on. I would like, and we're still brainstorming in here, at least having something in here, because we get people who come in and say, "Hey, I'm new to town, and people told me I needed to come talk to you guys."
Yeah, we need
And
something
so
desperately.
figuring out what
Yeah.
that means.
Newcomers thing, yeah.
And then if the school district will have them, and then if we put something, then, if the chamber has it, if they. So that's on the list, it just hasn't
Come to
solidified
fruition.
and
Okay.
got on paper yet.
So you mentioned that we have a new 3-fold flyer? Or are you talking about the one that we've had?
We just did the update for going to the,
This one,
that
right?
one. So it's just, we've had it, it's just updating it, making the changes we need to make it current.
Okay.
So-
When did this get put out?
Somewhat
Originally,
recently, we're
or,
on there.
that
Compared
we
to the
just
last one I saw.
updated
Yeah.
when we were making the report to go to the commissioners, we just updated that.
Okay. Do you have an extra copy I can get?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. How are you promoting the 100-mile walking challenge? And where?
It's been sent to the newspaper,
Okay.
hopefully. No, I did send it in. Okay. And I've been promoting it in our Fit and Fall group, newsletter, Facebook, and we'll be starting to hit it harder. It's kind of hard. Like I've put it out, but then in the weeks beforehand, really putting it out. And then Barbara Huguenin, who does several of the community pages, anything we share, then she shares it
Okay.
onto
Barbara who?
Huguenin.
How do you spell that, do you know?
Oh goodness. H-U.
Thank you.
You haven't
Huguenin.
met Barbara Huguenin yet?
I haven't.
Oh man, we're gonna have to remedy that.
Okay.
She's the marketing queen for.
I love it.
I mean,
Fantastic. Is she, yeah, that's fantastic. Okay. Let's see, newsletter. Now, do we have a newsletter that goes out by email to people?
yes.
How many are on that email list? Wow. Do you have any bounces?
You know what?
We have people that drop out every now and then.
I see.
We'll get. That'll be a good thing to start. We can include that in the report, kind of, because you can go into. We do it through Mailchimp,
Yeah,
so we can kind of see
fantastic.
the
The numbers
analytics
that
on.
people are opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. All right.
One more question. Is there a roster for that where people sign up?
Yeah,
So
that's
you
what I
know?
was wondering.
At this point, I'm just, for this first year, I'm just leaving it to people to just do.
Okay.
Cause
it's
so
no
we're
form of
not
registration.
like keeping up with these people and saying, are you doing it? You signed up. It's just, and if we think it needs to be, changed next year or solidified or anything like that, my philosophy on kind of when we put out something like this, the first year you just kind of put it out broadly, and then that shows you if you need more rules, less rules.
Is there a cost
No.
for this? Nothing? Okay, so nothing's going to be, no prizes, no, nothing?
Cost for us.
Yes,
So if they do the 100 miles and they turn it in, everyone who completes it is in for $100 or entered into a drawing for $100 gift card. And then we'll probably do, I haven't figured it solidified, but do some kind of small thing for each person when they turn it in, so they at least get something, but it won't be.
When they
When
cross the 100
well,
mile?
yeah, when
or-
they turn in their
okay.
100 miles, it's kind of like, here's a, great job.
Okay,
It's
Okay.
Or not,
a gift
Yeah.
a certificate of achievement,
yes,
yes.
there we go.
There we go. I'm with you, sister. All right. Okay, and no registration fees this year,
Correct.
all right? Okay, great.
I figure the least amount of barriers to completing it, the better.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. How is the PDF rental forms for the website coming along?
Good. If you guys, Christine's been doing a great job. We've been having weekly staff meetings where we look at the website and
Good.
see what we need to change. Christine worked with the chamber to use their, I don't know if it was Adobe, but use their PDF writer, and they made the form for us. And so
Oh,
we have
nice.
a fillable form now on
Okay.
our website. So
Perfect.
when someone goes there, or if they call us, we can say, hey, you just have to go to our website, fill out this form. They have to save it, and then they just email it, and then it just starts the process. So I think right after we got it up online, someone called and said, hey, someone filled out the form online and sent it in.
Yay,
So,
that's gotta feel good. Good fun. Good deal. Okay. I understand that you reviewed the position job descriptions and made some changes. Did you happen to bring copies for us to review?
I did not.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you would please bring those or send them
Or
to
send it
us in
to
an
us
email.
in an email, yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. And then at our last meeting, we had asked for a copy of the report that you keep on the comp time for everybody.
And I emailed that to you.
Okay,
Was
you
that not what you
emailed
wanted?
the numbers, not the actual report that you've been keeping over the years of comp time.
Oh, you want historical information?
Yes. Mhm.
Oh, because I asked you if you wanted all of, because Scotty and I have one spread. Do you just want this year? We
Historical.
literally I have it since 2000, whatever.
Mhm.
Oh, you just want a yearly sum to compare?
Yeah, just to see how things have gone, how the comp time adds up, where it's being used, where it's not being, you know what I'm saying? So that we can see where there may be opportunity to hire someone else or help somehow. I just want to see it to
See if
kind of
there's any
understand the
efficiencies.
function, yes, inefficiency or efficiency, right?
So Christine's,
So, if you did
so Christine's you'll
2
get
years-
20 some, 2 years, okay.
Just 2 years.
Because Christine's are all in separate ones, so you get 2
Mhm.
for her, and then
Yeah.
you'll see all of Scotty's in mine.
Okay, great. Oh, the weekly craft kit. Who puts that together?
Christine and then.
Christine? Okay,
Ours.
and what is involved in that craft kit?
So we just do a weekly craft, so we just pick a craft off of the website or off of online somewhere, and then we just puts all the components to that craft in the bag. Put a picture of what it should look like, and then, say thank you for trying this out, blah, 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 and everything. And then on the outside of the bag, we have a little label that says, what the craft is, and you will need scissors and pins and so on and so forth, so that way
Okay.
they kind of know ahead of time.
Mhm.
And then we just put that label on the bag to seal it, and then we just, it was during the free lunches,
Right.
and then we just handed it out.
Continued
We did
it on.
100 each time.
Okay, so you continually doing the 100?
That is done. It ended in July.
Okay.
We just go with the school lunch, the free lunch thing.
So just during, May, June, July?
We do it, normally it's like the week after Cherry Festival.
Oh, okay, so June,
and
July.
Then we do it one day a week.
Great. Okay, thank you. All right, so I understand that you guys toured Fort Boise. I'm really glad. That's awesome.
How'd it go? What did you learn?
Yeah, what did you learn? What was discussed? What are the outcomes? What are the pros and cons?
I mean, the pros, it's huge, but
Is it? I
Um,
remember that one.
I loved so that when you walk in, theirs is kind of interesting because you walk in and there's a fairly narrow lobby, and they've got some exercise equipment right here, and so like treadmills and right here, and then so then there's kind of a walkway, and over here there's two kind of like the dance multi-purpose rooms, which those are, I'm like, those are exactly what we need.
Separate rooms.
They actually have a huge basement where their locker rooms are. They have one gym. That's probably elementary, middle school. I don't think it didn't seem giant like a high school, or maybe that's because you didn't have the bleachers and stuff in there. There's no seating really in there.
Right.
So at Fort Boise, they don't do like the rec leagues. So their gym is kind of used more for like open gym,
Yeah.
pickleball,
Yeah.
Like
that
open
kind of
gym.
thing.
Right.
So they don't really have spectators that they need to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Their art side is big. They have kind of a teen room. They had a pool table and stuff in there, so they have teen activities. The teen room's the only one that had a door to the outside. The rest of it, you had to go through the front door. But they had, for their art side, they have a big kiln and all this stuff outside. Like
Wow.
all.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular.
Most of their programs have to break even,
Mm-hmm.
but it sounds like they give them a reasonable amount of years to
Get them up to
see if
breaking
it's
even.
going to
Yeah,
work out.
trial period.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have a senior program room or space or?
No, not a
senior?
specific.
Okay.
Apparently the locker room downstairs is haunted, so they don't go down there by themselves at night when they close.
That's funny.
In that old building. Their office, they have quite a few people kind of crammed into
That small office.
that small office.
How many people would you
Can
say
only
on
imagine,
staff?
yeah.
There's probably 8 in there.
That's a lot.
And you can tell when it's a bigger place. They had a guy whose sole job was camps and theater. Like they could have people that were very specialized.
Mm-hmm.
I like that they have kind of a front desk. So they have the front desk people that you can go in and register there, but they do teen nights and kind of tween night stuff. So yeah, it felt, I'm sure if you work in it, you get used to it. It just felt like spread out in a sense,
Yeah,
like the gym's
liked it.
far away, like,
Mm-hmm.
Good,
but
good you feel that.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Space and
it
space.
was-
Right, good, so it's well worth the
Mhm.
visit.
Good deal. Great. And I understand that you have signed up for the grant writing class. That's great. Glad to hear that. What is the name of the class? Is
That's
it just
the
called
one
grant
that-
writing?
no, that's the one that USA Grants.
Okay.
It's the one that Joe said he took.
Okay. And what was the cost?
It was $500 each.
Okay. And is it an all day?
Yes, it's 2 days.
2 days. Okay. Good.
And
Fantastic.
it's over in the Nampa Police Department
Okay.
building.
Good.
So are you guys going to close up shop here on those 2 days?
Well, Scotty will be here,
Okay.
so I'm trying to think, because it's September. He should not have to go to soccer practices those nights, but worst case, if he has to end up going to the fields, it wouldn't be till like 5.
Okay.
So there shouldn't be too much disruption to.
Okay. And do we have a recreation coordinator's report?
His is not written down. He went and met with the golf course to kind of see how, so we met with the golf pro there to kind of talk.
With the golf pro?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
the
okay.
golf pro for Mountain Home comes over here like once a week or.
Yeah.
So he's looking at potential intro
Yeah,
to
just
golf or?
that or looking at, just kind of seeing where the golf association is, because one of their board members also met too. So just kind of prelim, you know, what's your guys', you know, plan or vision for the golf course?
Do you know
I
what that
think,
is?
I
Did
think
he-
they have, it seems like they have turnover in their board, so there's, I don't necessarily get the impression that there is a solidified, like, 5-year plan to know where we could fit in today. Like, I don't think there's a paper to say, hey, rec district, oh yeah, we have this project ready, we just need money. So golf will take a little bit, if we wanna help with the golf facility.
So there is no, was there a specific ask as to what we may want to pursue with them?
They talked about, from them or from us?
From us, from the rec department,
I think they talked about potential driving range
for children?
for, well, a driving range for the golf course. If they had plans or design to have a driving range, because a driving range is what brings, income. That's kind of where people
Yeah.
practice, like, learn
So they
golf.
don't have a driving range at
Correct.
this time? And they
Correct.
may need money for that?
Correct.
Okay.
If they, with the way, with the airport right in the middle of it, and, I don't know if it's conducive, if it truly is conducive to adding a golf thing out there, or a driving range out there.
Mm-hmm.
But, so yeah, nothing was really, I think Sky just wanted to kind of, because we were trying to figure out, okay, the city owns it, then there's a golf association, how does it work, who runs it? It
Okay.
kind of sounds like the city owns it and then leases it to the golf association to run it however they run and maintain it.
Okay.
Okay, so not a whole lot found out about that.
No.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you had attached that, activity report, number of people,
The monthly count
yeah.
report for
Yes.
July. These are
Okay.
individuals who've come to tumbling camp, cheer camp, fit and fall.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're, so were
Okay.
you able to pull out of our system, our recware system, the revenue that's attached to that? So if you pull your programs, your soccer programs, whatever rosters, and then for that course, you attach the revenue with it. So we'll know there are 35 people producing this.
Amount of money.
Yeah, or this event, this many people signed up in that, so we need to have the revenue
So
attached to
you
the.
want specific, instead of just seeing it as a lump sum in the report you get every month?
Well, just
Yes,
like
we
this
want it
example,
separated,
right?
yes, just like it, exactly. So we
Okay.
just need to see the revenue
For
over
the
here
month,
that's
whatever's
coming
taking
in
place.
individually.
Yeah,
Break it down.
and I think between your registration program and
It'll-
your rosters and, you know, I'm not sure if they go together. Usually there's a financial side and just the roster side. And maybe it's together, I don't know, I haven't looked at it specifically. But if there's a way to marry it, so you'll know exactly what it is each month. So we'll have,
It'll be beneficial moving forward to see what is covered, what's funding itself, what isn't funding itself, how can we get it to fund itself, what's the best way to move forward with it.
So then you wanna see the expense if there, cause some things carry over a month, like a sport,
Yeah,
so you
so-
might not have the full.
and we'll see that in the budget side, but on this, I think this is easier to get as your rosters and your registrations take place. That's immediate. The expense
Okay.
kind of trickles in
Okay.
different times,
Right.
but you'll see it, right?
In the
Okay.
end,
Quarterly.
at the end, yeah,
Right.
right.
Okay.
We just want to look at, so we can measure and see, is this making sense? This was good, this was bad, this is where we should invest more money, this is what the public wants, this is not, whatever, just to. I mean, it's
It would be
it's a living
fantastic.
document right now. As
Yep.
we
No, I
pull
think-
things and we look
Yep.
at it, then.
I just wanna make sure that
Change it
we're
up.
all on the same page of what
Yeah, just,
you want on there.
I think last week when I came in, or 2 weeks ago, I gave this to you or Scotty or somebody.
Oh, I guess I don't remember we talked about revenue. I just heard numbers,
Okay.
but yeah,
Anyway,
well,
Okay. That's what we're looking for.
Okay,
And-
yes,
and
that
Joe
is
looked at
definitely
it
what
too.
I've been looking for,
Okay.
for sure, yeah. Okay, fantastic. So we just reviewed the director's report and the recreation coordinator's report via APRA, the director. I would like to ask the board and also Abra, now that we have someone from the public, do we address at this time? Or is that time passed and we don't?
It's up to you.
I think that we ought to. Ma'am, I understand that you've come in from the public, and do you have comment this evening?
No, I'm strictly observing, just curious.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
good.
fantastic, welcome. Yes, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on then to resolution number 2022-4, public records destruction. This is an action item. I would like to go ahead and make the motion that those records are destructed, and I'd like to approve them at this time.
You probably should read the resolution.
Is this the one that was on last time, and now we have it lined up to actually be done?
Yeah, this is a
So
different
that's
one.
why
They're
we
going
can
tomorrow.
approve it.
Excuse me
Okay,
just a moment.
perfect.
We found another box.
Okay.
Because
Good.
they're coming to get the stuff tomorrow, so we've like, okay, if there's anything
Yeah.
else.
Let's get it done.
I thought I'll have to take a look here. Here we are. Okay. No, that's on the revenue. I think I put it over there with the revenue. Oh, I gave it to Abra.
Oh,
Here it is.
There we go. Thank you. Okay. A resolution of the Board of Gem County Recreation District, Idaho, approving the destruction of certain district records and providing an effective date. Whereas the Gem County Recreation District has previously adopted a resolution regarding the classification, retention, and destruction of documents, and whereas the district desires to destroy certain documents in conformance with the district's record retention resolution and Idaho Code. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of the Gem County Recreation District, Idaho, that Section 1, one box of unclassified temporary records from 2013 to 2022 that shall be destroyed pursuant to the district's record retention resolution. Temporary records include 1, employment applications, background check forms, exempt W-4s, direct deposit forms, W-9s, I-9s, which are after the 2-year separation time of employment. Section 2, this resolution shall become effective as of the date of its passage. It was adopted and approved by the Board of the District on the 17th day of August 2022, which is previously motioned and seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
So moved. Just thought I'd confirm that. All right. We will go ahead and move on to the next item on the agenda. Okay. Discussion about the meeting with the commissioners.
we just put that on there in case.
Do we have anything else?
You had to-
Yeah, do you want us to summarize, or do you want?
It's up to you, like, if you want to, yeah, talk about kind of what you heard, learned.
I think the meeting went
If you-
well. I think that moving forward, we all three ought to be together to discuss and make any kind of decisions as to what to move forward with and if we want to move forward with them.
All 3 board members? Or are you
Yes.
saying city, commission, district?
All 3 board members.
Okay.
But I do most definitely want to go before the city and talk with them. I
And
think
I
that
met with the city today.
you did.
Yes.
Okay, and
We'll talk about that when we get to the end. How about that?
how about that?
Okay.
All right. Okay.
We'll stay on the commission.
All right.
But
Okay.
it sounded like they gave us more direction about who to connect with the walkway paths, and they gave some feedback about FEMA and possibly amending, so we have additional use at Gem Island. And, you know, they're supportive of what we're doing, just have to come forward with it, and
Yep, so it sounded like they would figure out what could be done, or
Yeah,
if anything.
wait to hear back from, was it Brian Elliott?
Yeah.
Said he was going to follow up on that.
Okay.
Well, Brian wasn't there, so it was either Mark or Bill.
Well, he said he was
Or-
the one who was, that was the name I took down
Oh.
when we,
Okay, so maybe Brian's the one in charge of the island.
yeah. And they also said they're gonna, either they will reach out to the Army Corps about, the tree maintenance. You guys were talking about
The
the
city?
different things that have to be done.
Would do that? That's fantastic.
Well, I think they said that had to happen to get those trees out. I don't
Well,
know
sure it
if
does.
they had committed to,
No, this is
going
the
through the
city
process.
that she talked
No,
about.
no, no, no.
No, we're
During
talking
our
about,
commissioners meeting.
you're back to, okay.
Yeah.
when you
I'm
brought
just-
up
I'm
the
talking about
trails
the
and the
commission.
dead trees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're part of it.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, I don't know if they will. They said that that would have to be done. So I think that if we want to pursue that, then we need to go ahead and make that something that the board wants to do, and then put it in writing, and then put it in writing to them to see if they will come together with us to see if that can be cleaned up.
And they did say they could trim them, so at least hopefully if they can
right.
trim them
Trim
back.
it
Yeah,
off
they
the
can trim it
path.
off.
We just can't remove anything in
Correct.
the
Right.
waterway or,
Right.
which makes sense. So,
But yeah, it didn't sound like they were, since it sounded like an ordeal, it's almost like they have to have a lot of it, is what I took to then go through the process.
yeah, with them
But-
too. But overall, I think the meeting went well. We introduced some of our concerns. Didn't sound like they had any help about relocating staff, you know, new building for the district. When I brought that up,
Oh,
I didn't hear them say, "Oh, we have an extra building." So-
No, they don't.
They wanna
Yeah.
build a building at the island.
Yeah,
We've been waiting on a building ourselves for quite some time, so, yeah.
yeah. So.
Okay,
All good.
all right, thank you. Okay, next on the agenda is social media policy. I myself had a question mark about that. Did you have a policy put in
Well,
place?
you guys said you were bringing it.
Yeah.
Okay, that would
So-
be Joe.
Joe, he was
So
gonna
then-
bring what they
What
had.
Canyon County had.
Okay,
Right,
so we
we'd
can
like to
table that. too.
Table
Yes.
that, yeah, so I just would like that tabled. All right, great. Rec center facility
I
discussion.
don't think,
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I'd like to make a motion to table that item until our next meeting, the social media policy.
Okay,
You want a second?
I second that.
Okay, great. So moved. We will go ahead and speak directly on that next meeting. And then the next item on the agenda is the recreation center facility discussion.
I don't think there's any, just the Presbyterian church that hopefully we can go look at
Okay.
soon. But
Yes.
no new.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything at this time myself. Chris?
Oh, yes, back to the facility, yes. Didn't you say that the gentleman was interested in the property?
Oh.
And I was interested in having a meeting with him. So if he was interested in the property, then perhaps the funding from that, if we don't see that suitable for our needs, could go towards a better location.
Yes.
And I'm hoping they're coming out with an amount, the cost on the Presbyterian church, just,
See what it
To-
is.
to
But
see
in the
what it
meantime, we
is
can have
before.
a conversation. You had the
Okay.
connection. Did you wanna?
Who is
You-
that person that is
Wood?
interested in
Is
our?
that-
John Wood. He's put in an offer on our piece of property before.
And,
Recently or
No, it's been a couple of years.
a couple of years? Okay.
oh, okay, so 2 years ago. Do you still have his contact info?
Yeah, let's make an effort the next week or two because,
Can you get that information to Chris? This Chris? Oh,
Oh.
yes, most certainly. We have a property that's just on the other side of Gem Island, over out here off of, it's Maine, and then you go, do you know where Gem Island is? Okay, fantastic.
just across
So
the railroad
between-
tracks.
Yes, just across the road, between the mill, and that road. So there's those two roads, one to go into the mill, and then the road to get to Gem Island from the south side. So it's that bit of property right there. There's some
It's a little
parking and there's,
triangle-shaped piece of land.
yeah. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Of course. All right.
And again, that is not in the flood zone, correct?
Correct.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting, especially, I mean,
It
I'd
seems
like
like
to
it's
know what
lower
FEMA
than
has to say.
Jeff Island, yeah.
Did we check in with FEMA? Did our contractor that did the overall plan for a possible building there check in with FEMA?
I mean, I would assume that he did because we specifically asked, but
Can you just, will you double check our paperwork on that?
Yeah, just verify.
Just verify
It just, to me, seems like it's the lowest piece of land over there.
in that area,
because there should be a floodplain map too for our.
right? I know
So
that
the county,
I
I
talked
could-
about it at length with floodplain stuff, so I just don't know if we actually talked with FEMA. So that was my thought.
Well, I mean, FEMA sets our. Are they the ones who do the floodplain map?
Yes, however, with the recent conversation from the commissioners and how difficult it is to remove just trees from around that area, I just wanted to make sure that they're not going to want to stop anything. Just
Oh,
crossing Ts, dotting Is. And then again, if we can go ahead and follow up with John Wood, if you could get that information to Chris, then she can go ahead and contact him, go out there and possibly talk with him. That would be awesome. Okay. So, any board suggestions for future agendas?
That is where I would say I would want to discuss the city-district partnership.
Okay.
For future use of their land for our programming.
Mm-hmm.
I met with Clint today and,
But this is actually to put on the next agenda.
yes,
It's not to talk about now.
okay. I was just gonna say, I had a conversation today which opened it up for us to go.
So, we will then go back. Oh, I
One more
see.
thing.
Okay.
I have
yep.
a question. Can we increase our meetings, our board meetings?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
We
Would
just
you
have
wanna-
to-
And we talked to Joe,
Yeah.
and
Yes, I would like to.
twice a month to get things rolling and
Mhm.
moving, since we're in a situation where we need to find a location for the district, and going once a month, it's, you take a half a step forward, seems like we go back a step, so we need to.
Get some momentum.
Yeah, that's how I feel with, it's
We-
before the
I'd really
person-
like to see
yeah.
that happen. I know that's putting more on us, but I'm here for a reason, so I would really like to see whatever we can do to help.
yeah. If you guys want to
What do we
lead
need to
the
do to?
agendas,
Just make a
or
motion.
Just,
for-
okay.
We just need to make a motion. You need to pass it. So I can make a motion.
So you guys, well. Yeah, you probably, I mean, we don't have a specific item that says change.
No, it's just a matter of adding
Adding.
another, so we could do it for the next 6 months.
Well, I
and then
guess your
take another look
suggestion
at
is
it.
add another meeting on blah blah day. Or set
What's
a
gonna be
meeting
a
for.
good day that's gonna work for you and Christine?
Should
And-
we
I
be
think
putting this
Wednesdays
on the
work.
agenda for next time, and then when Joe's here, then he can put his input?
That would be
Right.
fine too.
Yeah. So, next agenda, that's the,
Okay.
Meeting.
Additional meeting for approximately 6 months and then re-evaluate the situation. And then also to put on the agenda, discussion with the city to connect
The
and.
city district partnership, is that what you said?
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm. Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second that motion.
So moved.
Now you do it.
Meeting closed.